Hello, in this video I'll be talking to you about should I be happy or am I happy that the spouse has arthritis? Alright, so look, this one says take care of yourself. It's something I wrote and I put it on the baby oil, baby lotion. Happiness is a skill. Yes, happiness is a skill. I remember this. These are beliefs that I was trying to teach my children, but they don't use this lotion. And what happened is my spouse, she's a hot reactor, or she blows up over anything. For instance, one time I opened up a avocado and it was not ready yet. So she got upset. But how many avocados have I opened up in my lifetime? You see, I grew up as a child, but I was technically not allowed in the kitchen except to wash the dishes. I was told, don't use my pots and pans, by my mother. Which is tough, because then when I went to college, I was 18, 17. I didn't know how to cook rice. I didn't know how to make oatmeal. I had not done any grocery shopping without direct orders. I had not bought anything. At 16, she sent me to Europe, or 17. And what happened over there is she gave me $500. It was $4,000 for the whole thing, but the hotels had the meals covered. So I had $500 just to spend. So I spent it on ice cream because I didn't know what else to buy. I mean, I bought an axe, artistic axe. It had a flower on it, things like that. The story was that the axe was used to climb a mountain so that the boy could go get a special flower that grew only one time a year so that he could bring it down to his girlfriend so that she would marry him. So that was the story of the axe. So I ended up buying the axe, which was not sharp. It was not even going to, I think it was aluminum. If I would have hit it against something, it would have bent. So what happens is my mother got upset because I did buy some chains and I gave them to my friends' sisters, the boys that I grew up with. And one time I was at the park and I said, oh, I could give this to Lucy. And then Lucy said, really, you bought this for me all the way in Europe and everything? And I said, yes. And then my mother yelled out, you didn't buy me anything. And so Lucy said, give it to your mom, give it to your mom. And so that was my childhood. I never bought anything, hardly ever. And children need to be able to make decisions like what kind of shoes they're going to buy, what kind of clothes they're going to wear. They need to make decisions. Otherwise, later on, they're going to end up like me. I had a hard time making decisions. Of course, now that I'm 40, I'm very good at making decisions. All right? So I'm doing what I saw a woman do. A very feminine woman. She used to put cream every night. She only came here for what? I think one night she spent over here. She's a relative. And I said, wow, I've never seen my spouse or my first spouse. I never seen them put on a lotion just because they were all sitting down at the dinner table, but nobody's eating. It's after 9 o'clock at night and everybody ate already at 7 or even earlier, 6 p.m. So she was putting on her lotion and I'm doing the same right now. I was going to talk to you in this video whether or not I should be happy or am I happy that this spouse has arthritis. Well, vengeance is the Lord's. And I'm not going to go around wishing this guy any bad thing or this woman any bad thing, because God sees everything, and God takes care of the everybody. And when you misbehave, you will suffer for it. Uh, like my biggest sins, I think, were adultery. And what happened there is just that I was a people pleaser. So if a girl liked me, I didn't look like I look now, right? I used to be somewhat handsome. And what happens is the girls look for you, and you're not accustomed to saying no. And how can a man say no to a beautiful woman? So that's what happened with me. That's why I ended up with, at one time, 4 girlfriends. And I grew up thinking that it was wrong to have more than one. Now I'm thinking, well, Solomon had 1,000 and King David had a bunch and all of these things. Well, what I end up thinking now is, if she's not gonna take care of me physically, sexually, then I'll let her go. I'll just let her go. I'll say, excuse me, I need more than this, and this is not enough. This is unacceptable. We're not compatible in the bedroom. That's what I'm gonna teach my children. They got a long way to go still. Who knows what they'll do. But I will say this about this spouse. You get angry and you get arthritis. You get pain over here. But she doesn't believe. Anything I say, she doesn't believe. If I tell her, you're yelling at me, will come back to you. And it comes back to you in arthritis. She doesn't believe it. I even told the doctor that we don't get along very well, this spouse and I. And that doctor said, if there is stress in the home, any stress will affect your health. And so that doctor actually didn't, I went to see that doctor one time because this spouse wanted me to go see her. And this doctor refused to give us a return appointment. So then this spouse got upset because I made her lose her doctor. She had to go get a new doctor. If you're married, I would suggest you get divorced and move out. If you live with them, or at least move out. Live by yourself. If you're single and you have a girlfriend, that's perfect. Just don't let her sleep over more than one night. In Florida, I think there is a rule, look into it, that if they spend 3 nights in your room, then they live there and you cannot kick them out. So it's better if everybody lives in their own little tiny room. What I'm gonna do in the future is probably live in a little homeless cart with air conditioning, solar panel, things like that. This way, I don't see any woman that would like to move in with me. I don't see any woman that would like to move in with me. Alright, so there we go. My answer is no, I'm not happy that she has arthritis, but I am happy that I trust in God, and God claims that all vengeance is the Lord's. So I'm going to leave it up to God. If this particular person has arthritis, that's her business. It has nothing to do with me. It's her relationship, the way she treats people on earth, especially myself. Because as Mother Teresa said, anybody could love people that are far away, you know, like I'm in the Florida, the China, people in China. I love the people in the Middle East. I love the people in Africa. I love the people in South America. If but do I love the people that are around me? Do I give love to them? So I came up with, after watching a TED Talk called Your Life Purpose in 5 Minutes by Lipsig, Mr. Lipsig, Leipzig or something. He mentioned that, who are you? So I claim to be, God is the king, Jesus is the prince, and God is the king, I am his champion. An imperfect person, only God is perfect. And even though I am imperfect, I'm not the strongest man in the world. Round up 1,000 men, I don't know if I'll defeat any of them. However, with God on my side, I think it's written somewhere, even though I'm surrounded by 10,000 on my left and 10,000 on my right, God will defend me somehow. I just have to have the faith to claim that. The one thing I really disliked that I would change, when I was Baker acted, I was forced to take these pills because if I don't take them, they told me I was going to get them injected. I would not take them. Next time, I will not take these pills. Number one, I made a video about all the side effects. Number two, I don't need the pills anyway because I control myself. I have not been arrested. I have not hurt anyone. And I have not done anything illegal for which I was thrown into the Baker Act hospital jail. It's not illegal for me to break a door. It's not illegal for me to hit a car with a computer, with a bat. I saw a dad on Facebook parenting that he shot with his gun a laptop computer that belonged to his daughter. But I think he got away with it because he videotaped himself. I didn't videotape myself doing any of these things, one. And two, I didn't do it because I didn't have anybody to hold my camera, and two, he is divorced, the Facebook parenting dad, because the mother of his daughter could easily, if she lived in the house, could easily have called the cops and then he would have been Baker acted. Oh well. You can, you will, you must. Enjoy your life. Yes, I'm coming. There he is, coming to read his bedtime story.